What is up, guys? It's D, and we're back with more of Until Then. So, where we left off, we had finished chapter 2? Yes, chapter 2. And then we're gonna get into chapter 3. So, at the end of chapter 2, I believe we had met two of the new students that had come to the school, which was Katie, was the one in their class, the one that didn't really talk to Kathy. But she kind of talked to Mark, but then like there was some like she asked Mark something by and then the second one was Nicole, which was the one that we had bumped into, and we ended up going to her house to help her with the painting. But I want to say that there's probably something with Nicole that has to do with the deja vu thing that Louise had asked Mark about with the rain thing before. So I'm assuming like Nicole is gonna be like something with the Mark's deja vu thing. So we're just gonna see what happens next. But just like in the last video, we are gonna go through the sensitive topics just in case, like if you guys are not like aware of it so far or anything. But if you do want to skip, there's gonna be a timestamp. But also like if you do need help or like are in crisis, like please don't hesitate to contact for help. Just the potential sound triggers, sound of household items shattering, gunshot, homophobia, implied homophobia, explicit homophobia, loneliness, isolation from living at home alone, or feeling grief among family members. So being isolated from family members, dysfunctional family, discord among parents, negative long-lasting effects on children. The sound, this one goes towards like the sound triggers and stuff. Items shattering grief. Stages of grief, negative coping mechanisms from grief, disappearance of loved ones, death and loss of loved ones, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, non-linear nature of stages of grief, excessive denial or avoidance, general apathy, lying to others, delusional behavior, disappearance of loved ones, sudden disappearance of family members and of friends, death and loss of loved ones, sudden death and loss caused by road accidents, crash injuries, shooting by criminals, again, sound of the gunshot, sudden death and loss of family members and of friends, reference domestic violence, reference physical and emotional abuse towards children, partly arising out of religious views and beliefs, depiction of bruises and wounds from physical abuse, implied suicidal thoughts and attempts. So if you or anyone you know is like needs like help or is in like crisis, please do reach out and call for help for your local suicide or crisis lifeline. I do have the number for like the US also like on the screen, but if you are not in the US or like need to find your crisis lifeline, there is a website that you can go to and put your location and it'll give you a lifeline to call. But yeah, please do not hesitate. And if any of these topics, as I said in the other videos, and if any of these topics are sensitive to you and you just can't watch the rest of the video, it is completely fine. You can either stop watching the video, wait for the next one, or fast forward, like whatever you feel like is going to be best for you. Like, I don't want to force you to watch, I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to keep watching. No, if you're not comfortable, please stop the video. Please go do something you enjoy and do not let yourself do not force yourself to watch the video if you cannot handle the topics. It is completely okay. I will understand. I just want what is best for you. All right. So we're going to continue. We're going to go on. But yeah, like I said, we finished on chapter 2. We're going on chapter 3 from what I remember. I don't know if I showed that in the last video, but the beginning of chapter 3, we're in the hospital because Sofia, Louise's best friend, had asked Mark to go visit her in the hospital with Louise. Because her grandma's in the hospital, so she asked Louise to ask Mark to go to the hospital to visit as well, because they're friends now, All right, let's go. Huh, today feels weird. Security guard. BB. Information admitting. Excuse me. Ma'am, I'm sorry. On behalf of Mondragon Medics admin, we sincerely apologize, but we can't take in any more patients because of the overwhelming volume we're expecting today. Oh. Sir, we're sorry for the inconvenience. Could you please sit down for a moment? We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay. Thanks. Jeez, I was just gonna ask to visit someone. What's happening? Overwhelming volume. Totally seems like it right now. Oh. Uncle? Hey, yes, we got here safely too. I was told to wait, but thank God. I know. Yes. Yes, I'll see you here. Take care, bye. He's sweating. He's nervous. Did you hear that, sweetie? Uncle's on the way too. What's going on? Kathy Portillo like this. Stop crying, Becca. We still have potatoes to peel. Oh my god. Stop crying. We still have homework to do. Okay, bestie. The tears will infuse the potatoes with salt for extra taste. Oh my god. Perfect for french fries. Actually, that would just make the potatoes soggy. Not good at all. Okay. Whoosh. Me coming out of a mental breakdown to make dinner. Correct. Let's go, Becky. We can do this. Yes, I won't waste my tears on you, Ambrosio Gamboa. Oh. Yes, I won't waste my tears on you, Ambrosio. You okay, sis? Bro. Following the reconstruction of highways and major roads, victims of the areas affected by the 8.2 magnitude earthquake in Macarito are now flocking to the capital for extensive healthcare and treatment. Oh, maybe this is why. Following the treatment, presidential spokesperson Roberto Quiempo announced the plans for highway reconstruction on September 8, 2014, boasting about the government's supposedly well-prioritized response to the February disaster known as the ruling. This follows President Cojuangco's construction of crisis response office units, which reportedly helped improve victims' living conditions and eliminate relief, but was criticized by experts for leaving access to healthcare in poor condition. They are all coming here because they believe they can finally get treatment for their injuries here, says Dr. Alvarez, director of Philippine General Hospital. There have been no efforts to reconstruct public health infrastructure in the affected areas themselves, she added. With hospitals at full capacity due to the sudden surge, Cojuangco continues to praise Health Secretary Frankie Santos IX for doing his best despite the steady rise of the death toll, which passed 402,000 in July. Holy. And NCR hospitals near full capacity as ruling cases surge. Over a third of hospitals NCR are close to full capacity as a surge of rulings victims from the north arrive, brought about by the opening of newly reconstructed highways. We should expect the number of patients to continue to rise, Philippine General Hospital Dr. Alvarez said. We must prepare to work at full capacity. This means overtime for everyone working at the hospitals right now. Patients are currently being denied admittance to hospitals to prioritize more serious cases, she explained. We are also low on certain supplies and cannot readily attend to everyone in need. Of the 56 public hospitals in NCR, 22 have reached critical levels of over 85% occupancy because of the rise in cases. Various outlets have reached out to and are waiting for a response from Health Secretary Frankie Santos, who recently traveled to Hawaii for further experimentation on the mango banana hybrid experiment and for other special occasions. The government allocated a 449 billion peso rehabilitation fund for victims of the ruling on February 12th and has since increased to 69 billion pesos. LGBTQ plus youth speak out against discrimination. In this day and age, the fact that discrimination is still an ongoing problem should not be ignored. This is what the youth leaders and volunteers for Love for All are calling attention to in their latest call to action. We've come a long way from the past, says volunteer Freya De Leon, but there's still a lot of work to do before we can say we've achieved equality. The country is said to be one of the LGBTQ plus friendly countries on the continent, but same-sex marriage is still out of the picture. Oh yeah, it's still not allowed in the Philippines. Gay characters are still often the butt of jokes in media, and questioning youth often do not feel safe enough to come out. We are trying our best to foster a safe and welcoming environment of LGBTQ plus youth, says another volunteer, Diego Divina Garcia. We're trying to do our best to stick together and protect each other. The Love for All group are collecting donations and recruiting members. You may reach them at loveforalyouth@gmail.com. I want to read the one about the timeline. The ruling in the Philippines. On the 12th of February 2014, an unexplained phenomenon erupted across the globe when a magnitude of natural disasters struck various parts of the world at the same time for 6 hours. Now commonly known as the ruling or the judgment, the catastrophic event led to a global economic recession and international losses totaling up to at most $20 trillion, comprising of earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, and hurricanes. There are 308 recorded natural disasters linked to the ruling. Affected areas and regions were severely damaged, including 2 world wonders that are now irreparable. It has brought down centuries to extremes ranging from large-scale unemployment to widespread famine. As of now, meteorologists and seismologists around the world have no logical explanation for the spontaneous eruption of disasters. Hypotheses have been formulated and are currently being studied, such as quantum physicists speculating it to be a result of a multiverse collision under the Everett interpretation. In the Philippines, deemed as one of the lucky countries, 2 earthquakes and 1 hurricane struck the nation, especially the north and south. Despite the relatively lower quantity of natural disasters, its effects are strongly resonant up to this day. Urban regions and metro cities, however, were not affected. The National Statistics Board reports up to 406,000 civilians casualties and damages of up to 940 billion pesos. Like most third world countries, the Philippines is still declared under the state of emergency, with President Fernando Cojuangco possessing special executive powers since the event. February 9, a low pressure area develops east of the Philippine area of responsibility. February 11, the LPA intensifies quickly. Pagasa classifies it as a tropical storm, then a hurricane on the same day, assigning the name Halanda. Predicted to hit the northwest in several hours, civilians were promptly evacuated. February 12, 2:16 a.m., the first earthquake hit Strasbourg, France, commencing the series of catastrophes. February 12 at 3:12 a.m., an 8.2 magnitude earthquake hit the north, whose epicenter is located at Barangay Panpan, Macarito, lasting for 1 minute and 12 seconds, followed by 2 aftershocks. February 12, 3:29 a.m., Hurricane Halanda rapidly picks up sustained winds up to 220 kilometers an hour, striking the northwest. February 12, 4:08 a.m., a 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit the south, whose epicenter is located at Barangay Buwanan, Santoro, lasting for 1 minute and 36 seconds, followed by 3 aftershocks. February 12, President Fernando Cojuangco declares the nation under a state of emergency. The Congress hastily provides the president special executive powers for immediate crisis response. February 13, Philippine National Police (PNP) deploys almost 7,000 units and armed vehicles, set up checkpoints, and imposes curfew to help mitigate looting. February 14, the Department of Social Development and Welfare estimates that more than 5.2 million families, or around 25.1 million individuals, about 1/4 of the population, are affected by the ruling. February 15, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council reports that the initial death toll is 284,000, with the slight majority coming from Macarito, Panguina, and Carlosan. February 16, the Senate eyes 49 billion pesos rehabilitation fund for victims. Senate Finance Committee Chairman Norbert Cupetero promised that the Senate would put safeguards into place to ensure the funds will not go to corrupt public officials. February 17th, Cojuangco addresses the nation on current renovation of efforts, boasting the grand stylish renovation of one footbridge in Macarito worth 15 million pesos. February 19th, Health Secretary Frankie Santos IX reveals plan for the repainting of hospitals in urban cities, saying that newly painted walls are important for the well-being of patients. When asked about renovation of destroyed provincial hospitals, Santos walked out of the conference. February 29. After the landing of several international news reports criticizing the nation's crisis response, there came an influx of foreign aid from neighboring countries and non-profit organizations. Presidential spokesperson Roberto Tiempo commended world leaders for the financial aid and lashed at reporters for their invalid criticism. Oh my god, there's so much more to this. We're going through it. We're gonna go through this because we need to know what the ruling was about. Because it's based on a real event that happened in the Philippines, but I wasn't sure. February 25, Senate increases 69 billion peso to the allocated 2014 budget for rehabilitation, repair, and construction work in affected areas. Cupitero reiterates anti-corruption methodology and assures smooth distribution of funds and relief. March 2nd, Santos divulges his critically panned mango banana hybrid research project. Upon waking up from a dream, now I know how to save this country from this stupid crisis, Santos said in a statement. March 8th, the United Countries shares the frustration of local victims over the painfully slow delivery of aid to areas devastated by the ruling. March 17, Cojuangco briefly addresses the nation with 5 more footbridge renovation projects completed right on time. March 18, experts at the Philippine University predict 300,000 deaths by the start of April if the consistently overwhelming relief efforts continue, primarily caused by the lack of access to healthcare essential services, water, and food. March 20, presidential spokesperson Roberto Tiempo challenges the resilience of Filipinos against the PU prediction. Let's prove PU wrong. Fast a little bit longer. We are one in this and we will not reach 300,000 deaths by April 1st, Tiempo said in the statement. April 1st, amid worsening unemployment rates and food scarcity, NDRRMC reports that the death toll has reached 290,000. That's it. We won. We beat the PU prediction. It's a very close figure, but we just statistically proved the undeniable competence of our government, Tiempo celebrated in an interview. That just because you're 10,000 short, that doesn't mean anything. You still have people that are dying. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, come on. April 18th, President Cojuangco reveals that the much-awaited master crisis plan has finally entered the stage of pre-planning. Finally, 2 months after the disasters, I'm honored to announce that we're now planning how to plan the plan to ensure a very high success rate across all boards and sectors, Cojuangco stated in an interview. May 4th, NDRRMC reports that the death toll has reached 348,000. May 23rd, Tiempo announces delays in pre-planning, claiming it may take 2 to 3 more weeks to complete before a crisis master plan board enters the planning stage. May 27, numbers of civilians abandoning evacuation areas spiked to an all-time high, prompted by the reported shortage of basic needs and services. June 13, in light of Independence Day, Cojuangco announces renewal of his elevated executive powers and the transition of the crisis master plan to planning stage. The board has taken every careful step and measure to attain preparedness upon execution, Cojuangco said in a statement. July 19, NDRRMC reports the death toll has reached 402,000. From May to July, that is 50,000 more people that have died. August 10, in response to civilians abandoning evacuation areas, Cojuangco announces construction of crisis response office units on municipalities and cities of affected areas that shall provide centralized relief and assistance to evacuation units. September 2nd, according to the national report, CROU proves successful in making dissemination of relief more efficient. In addition, there were less abandonment attempts and better living conditions among victims and evacuees. However, experts and critics point out that access to extensive healthcare is still severely constrained. September 6th, despite continued dismissal of mass permanent evacuation as a concrete step of action, Tiempo finally announces that the permanent evacuation for crisis victims bill has been enacted into law. September 8th, after reconstruction of footbridges, traffic lights, and manholes, renovation and construction of housing units begin for mass permanent evacuation. Then highways and streets shall follow by 2015. Tiempo boasts such improving progress and claims they know their priorities well. There's so much that I can't say anything though. Nothing lasts forever. Mike in a relationship. It's Mike. Louise, on the government's priorities, is it worth it? Our dear presidential spokesperson Roberto Chiempo continues to praise the administration for supposedly consistent and proper handling of the damage dealt to us by the ruling. With pride, he announced that national highways are almost fully rebuilt, ready to open up travel to and from the northern areas of the country where the damage is most clearly felt. Meanwhile, however, hospitals and shelter in those areas remain damaged, with no news of aid in terms of reconstruction machines and volunteers. This is my question to you, my dear Chiempo and President Cojuangco. With this in mind, once highways to and from the capital open up, where do you think the direct victims of the disaster will seek medical aid and shelter? Have you made preparations for this? I'm sure you haven't, but that's none of my business. They have a point. Like, that's also like, you know? Oh, it's Rydell. Throwback. Agueli, home of the country's finest coffee. Wow, much coffee, very photographer. I admit you like my photos. Maybe I do. I miss that place. Yeah, too bad it's inaccessible these days. Can I comment? I can't comment, man. Alex Miranda, no gentleman left these days. Had to stand as a woman for the whole ride. Unbelievable. Hashtag TOEFL. Are you disabled or pregnant? Oh, she's a woman. She's a snowflake, more like it. More like, agreed. To consider myself a feminist, but this is a bit much. I would appreciate men who offered their seats, oh wait, to ladies, but it's not necessarily a requirement. Yes, men have more stamina biologically, so women should get the seats. Shut up. For me, I feel like I would rather stand on like this is just me though. Like, I am the type of person, like, if I'm sitting and I see like a woman standing, I would give them my seat. If they don't want it, I would offer them my seat, and if they don't want it, like, that's their choice, but I would still offer them my seat. Like, it's not, I'm fine standing. Like, that's me though. Like, wake up, we will not be ruled. The ruling is a hoax. Don't believe me? Here's the facts. We're gonna be doing a lot of reading. End of the world. We all heard of the ruling or the judgment, the devastating event that happened a few months ago. An 8.2 magnitude earthquake in northern Luzon destroyed roads, toppled buildings, and brought countless people to the hospital. However, what a lot of people don't know is that the ruling is a hoax. Now, I'm not saying the earthquake was fake. That's easily proven. The extent of the devastation, however, has been vastly exaggerated. Don't believe me? Here's the facts. The earthquakes hit our country and people suffered. Now, however, whoever is in charge is using the fear instilled in our people to control us. Think about it. How many people were truly affected by the ruling? How many people you actually know were affected by the ruling? The truth of the matter is that the damage caused by this event was a lot smaller scale than media wants us to believe. Remember the mango banana hybrid experiment? Why do you think does the government why do you think does the government have the time and luxury to do such things? We need to wake up to the truth and see the ruling for what it really is. And an opportunity the ones in charge took to use as a scare tactic to keep us in line, a hoax. So brothers and sisters, don't let yourself be controlled. Look at the figures, look at the truth. We will not be ruled. We will not be ruled. Oh, ads. Extra slim weight loss cream, lose fat overnight, limited stock, money blockage removal oil, unblock your money chakra now. Oh, that's crazy. Jaggy, no one deserves us. Everyone deserves love. Proud of my friends for being local about that. I said no one. I didn't mean that, guys. I didn't mean that. This is Jaggy. This is the guy that Kathy liked. I applaud you, bro. I'm gonna like Ryan's comment. Agree. Kathy, I cannot wait for this. The song isn't over just yet. From the creators of Rhythm of a Broken Heart, we bring you Rhythm of a Broken Heart Replayed. Is this supposed to be like that one Filipino movie? There's that one Filipino movie. I think it's called like For the Broken Hearted or something. And then like For the Broken Hearted, and then For the Hopeless Romantic, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. I need to look it up. Good morning. All I ask that today you do the best work of your entire life. This makes me think of like my family posting stuff on Facebook. All right, we're done. Ooh, so much reading. I drink water now. Ah, wait, Louise. I gotta drink water. Okay. Hey Mark, where are you? Just got here. We're here at the ward on the 3rd floor. It shouldn't be hard to miss. Front desk just told me to wait here. They seem so busy. Don't know how long it'll take. Even there? Oh well, it's visiting hours anyway, it'll be fine. Just come upstairs. Alright, on my way. I guess I just go upstairs. Don't you need like a visitor's pass or something? What is this? I'm not hungry right now. Oh, the cafeteria. There's the stairs. The 3rd floor, she said? Do we get to pick the... Oh, we do! 3rd floor. It's so cool. I love this game. This game's great. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Oh, is it like Christmas time already? Oh, I missed it. It was, but we had to take it. There were barely any hospitals left back at home, so well, at least you're here now. We'll take care of your family. Will your family be coming in? Yes, for the baby and for Christmas. Will you get to see yours? I sure hope so. Wow, the parole. Ugh. Even in the hospitals, is there any? Oh god, there aren't enough hands to do everything. I know. It's just that we've been waiting for months. I understand. You're getting help now. Even in the hospitals where it's like, you know, the emotions are like, can be anything, like they have like Christmas stuff. Are you feeling better, ma'am? A little. I didn't realize it was this bad. They didn't x-ray you back at your old hospital? We lost a lot of equipment to the ruling. I'm sorry to hear that. No, Louise. Wow. But no. Taking a bullet for the president wasn't the end of for Cardo yet. Gran, you wouldn't believe it if you'd seen it with your eyes. Oh, she's talking about a telenovela or teleserie. What's she doing? Retelling the latest episode of her grandmother's favorite TV series. It's her daily routine. There was a flashback to Cardo's birth, but this time they revealed that he had a triplet brother all this time, and he's the one who killed Cardo. Sis? Shh, I'm not done yet. That plot armor sure is thick, huh? Wait. Is that... You guessed it. Well, well, well. If it isn't that Dingleberry who crashed into our new classmate. In the flesh. That's right. The legend in the flesh. Oh, come on, show a little remorse. No one's siding with your butt. Sorry, Mark. She's right. So is that how flirting works now? Bumping into people deliberately? Hey, that wasn't on purpose. It's just a shame you haven't been expelled yet. Did they sentence you to community service? It's kind of a long story. I don't want to hear that boring story. I bet you just cleaned up the mess the whole night. Yeah, and I did. So, how was your grandma? Well, not much has changed. She's been better. After that chess game, apparently, she almost flatlined. Nothing bad happened, thankfully. But nothing good happened either. Didn't you tell me she said something? Oh yeah, she did. Kind of. I saw her lips part. I heard her say something. What'd she say? I listened really, really closely, but I couldn't make out the words. I don't know. It probably didn't mean anything. The doctor said it could be the brain. doing weirdo things or whatever. Could be anything, really. Don't you have a hunch at least? I don't know. This is asphalt? This is rock salt? Well, whatever it was. At least I have something to latch onto, you know? At least I have that small bundle of hope. Darned piece of debris fell on her head. Stupid earthquake. She was very lucky. Got rescued early and brought here. But I guess her luck ran out. So now she's having a really long sleep. Are the others here rescued too? There were. Some died. Some got discharged. But Granny's still here. Sis, you want us to grab some lunch? Sure. Marky, just so you know, for a hospital cafeteria, their food's surprisingly delicious. I don't trust that smile. No, haha, it's true. Come back here and tell me what you think, okay? You do really want me to get excited about hospital food? Trust me. I mean, hospital food isn't bad depending on the hospital. My mom works at a hospital and the food at her hospital is good. Sis, you know what I want. Shh. Sorry. She truly is that girl. Still surprised? She actively seeks out the good, even in the worst of circumstances. Don't you find that admirable? Come on, let's go. To the cafeteria. Da 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 da. I'm gonna go all the way back to the elevator, I think. Let's go, Louise. How long will I have to wear this? It's gonna be a while. Earlier treatment could have prevented this. I'm sorry. No, it's not your fault. Are the same people gonna talk? I hate this. I want to get better. I want to go back to work. We'll do everything in our power. You can rely on us. I've heard that before. What's wrong? It just seems like it's gonna be a grim holiday season. Cheer up. In times like these, we've only got each other. I'll try. This one. So it's not getting any better up north? I'm afraid not. They have other priorities apparently. Such a shame. We'll do what we can for you. That's a quick elevator. That's weird. I know, Mark. I was surprised too. It just happened today. What's exactly going on? I heard more and more ruling victims have been taking refuge. We just read about it, Mark. There simply aren't enough functional hospitals out there. Hasn't that been happening ever since? Yes, and it's getting worse. I wanted to press the button again. I wanted to press the elevator button again. Free soup. Yeah. I'll have 2 orders of rice and 2 servings of adobo, please. Ugh, not again. As for the other serving, no fatty parts and extra potatoes. Dine in or take out? Take out. Oh, it's a little kid and his grandpa. Oh, you have to wait 10 minutes tops. Is that okay? That's fine by me. Oh, she's tired. Don't you feel kind of weird? About what? Never mind. What do you want? Menudo. And 1 serving of menudo with rice, please. For takeout as well. $200. Hey, would you like to sit for a moment? Yeah, sure. What's happening? Something seems to be troubling you. There's a lot happening. There's just a lot happening in this hospital, huh? At least the cafeteria is quiet. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm good. So, you know, what did you find out? I've been reading books and papers, and I propose it has something to do with the mind. What I'm saying is, it's just in our heads. Wait a minute. Didn't you say that couldn't be the case? I did. And you said it was super unlikely? It is, but look, there are billions of people on the planet. And who could have foreseen multiple catastrophes taking place in one day? Anything else would simply be illogical. And I don't want to be what? I don't want to lead us down the wrong path. So why are we experiencing the same thing? If it really was that rare, why does it seem concentrated here? Look at this. Is it normal to have really strong... get it. Is it normal to have really strong, long-lasting deja vu? I'm no stranger to deja vu in my life, but lately they've been more intense and last as long as 20 seconds. It almost feels like I'm going to have a panic attack, like I can't make a sense of anything anymore. Has anyone ever felt like this? Does anyone have any explanation for this? I believe what you're referring to is called deja vu. Deja vu? Deja vu? I learned about it when it happened to me recently. It's like you're sure you've lived an entire sequence of events before. I could even completely predict what was going to happen within those 30 or so seconds. Yeah, it really freaked me out. I'm still trying to make sense of it. I'm going to see a doctor, maybe get checked for anxiety disorder. Can you let us know what your doctor thinks? I've been worrying it could be a form of anxiety or another disorder as well. That's crazy. I had deja vu, but nothing to that extent. Could it be a symptom of paranoia? Is my deja vu causing paranoia, or my paranoia causing deja vu? Have you heard of false memories? It might be of interest to you. Recently I met up with a friend and she was ecstatic because my busy schedule meant we hadn't seen each other in 2 weeks. I, however, was entirely convinced we had bumped into each other about 5 days prior. I even remember our outfits and snippets of our conversation. She has no recollection of this meeting whatsoever. I looked up the possibility of false memories, and I think I could be misattributing some previous meetings because of how stressed and isolated I'd been feeling due to work. Have you been under any sort of duress that could have affected your memory? Too long did read. Sometimes if we're under duress, we remember things wrong. Could have been that. Life at home hasn't been all smooth sailing, so I can say I've been troubled. Could there be some sort of underlying disorder or medical condition involved? Perhaps instances of head trauma. It's known to cause confabulation, a symptom of memory disorder that affects higher reasoning. I think psychological trauma could be a factor as well. False memories are common in people diagnosed with PTSD. I'm not saying you have it, but maybe something that affected you mentally triggered this. I've been looking into deja vu, and it's more common than I thought. Apparently, it's frighteningly easy to form false memories because of how complex and susceptible to external factors our memory is. You misspelled thought. It's spelled thought. Thank you, spell check bot. How did you spell deja vu and all those big words about misspelled thought? You misspelled. It is spelled misspelled. Oh my god, I felt it too. What's most upsetting is how sure I am that something has happened before. It makes me question everything I know, makes me distrust people around me. For me, I think it could have been a manifestation of my established insecurities. It could be our brains creating these false scenarios to shield or protect us. Perhaps our logical reasoning has been taken over by these irrational fears. I think that makes sense. It's a pattern we've observed before anyway. I need to drink water. There's a lot of reading this chapter for me. It's not concentrated here, Mark. It's out there. So what if this is in our heads? What's causing it? I've read more of these online anecdotes, and I conclude that most of them have one thing in common. What? Have you ever felt bothered or distressed recently? When I asked you if you were alright, this is the same thing. Maybe you recently realized something wasn't right? Perhaps something was off and you never knew all this time? Just the memories? Nothing besides the memory anomalies, but that's what we're talking about. So I'm guessing that's not what you mean. Mark, these experiences, they may be a byproduct of a troubled mind. What? Was she trying to say that? Wait, but how about you? Have you felt distressed lately? No, but then it couldn't be the reason. Look, it's the only logical explanation. So are you saying you're troubled too? Are you going to keep interrupting me? Ooh. Oh my god. Mark's face. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Adobo. The menudo will have to wait. I'll see you there. Hey. What have I done? Hello? Is this Valino General Hospital? Yes, my son has high fever but he really needs help right now. No, not again. Could I please just take him there? Even if he just be in the halls, please? We're ruling victims, please. Why does this all feel familiar again? No, it can't be. Bad omen. I gotta go back right now. Something is gonna happen with Sofia's grandma, I feel it. This is like making my heart race. Oh my god. What's this? No, I gotta go. I gotta get to the ward. What is going on? What is this? What is happening? Oh, that's weird. What is going on? Where is everybody? Is this the children's ward? What is going on? What is happening? Why can't I move anymore? This is the end. But no one's here. They must be on another floor. What is happening? Why does it look like this now though? Group 4. Central Pacific Manila Mountain. Eastern. Eyes, lungs. I guess we're just gonna keep going to every floor, maybe? Oh no, what is this? What is this? Not this floor? We can't go in the ward. Noisy, Willie, Sarah. Two. Second floor? Because that's the last floor that we can Unless it's the ER. What is this? Our fault? Our fault or your fault? It says something fault. Help us. Takbo. Saklolo. Ruling takes all. World end. Too long. World end. What floor? Is this supposed to represent like what happened to the earthquakes and the ruling? I can't even go in there. I don't know where we're supposed to go. I literally clicked on every floor. Fuck, why is it taking me here? Kasalanan mo? Flowers? Oh no, are those supposed to represent the people that died? Oh my god, I think so. Where are they? Who's there? This is your fault. What? This is your fault. What do you mean? What did I do? This is your fault. But what? Oh my god. What? Man, probably busy. Hello, is idiot there? Hello, anybody there? Hey, why aren't you answering? Oh, hey man, sorry. I was busy and my phone was on silent. Ugh. What is it? What did it mean by this is your fault? You do know what I'm calling you for, right? Yeah, I'll be there. Attaboy. 5 p.m., okay? On the dot. Gotcha. Was she saying it was his fault for something? I better return. What? He's having deja vu, the deja vu feeling. Marky, what took you so long? We just finished eating. Oh, I finished my meal down there. Huh? Don't tell me you're a social recluse now. I guess it was as good as you advertised. I couldn't resist it. Oh, see? Didn't I tell you? It's like there's a restaurant in disguise here. This is your fault. This is your fault. What? What if your grandma said, this is your fault? Wait, what? You're right. Those must have been her words. Wait, what? Mark? And I guess it makes sense. What? Granny, it all makes sense now. It is my fault. Wait, huh? I know it is, but please, wake up and give me a chance to say sorry. Mark, tell me, did something happen? Cause it was her grandma that he saw when he was going through the thing, but why was it her fault? What's up, you guys? It's Editing D, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I did have to cut the video. It was pretty long, but I hope you guys enjoyed this part for chapter 3. The next part will be out soon. But if you haven't already, make sure you like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.